Hello, everybody. Jess Lowe, Structural Building Components Association, SBCA. Another weekly update. It is April 3rd. So you made it through April Fools. We're kind of getting into spring. I see snow when I look out my window, but hey, that's living in Montana. But a couple announcements first, some birthdays. Taylor, newest person on our team, her birthday's coming up on Monday. So happy birthday, Taylor, as well as Nikki. She is, I believe, on Wednesday of next week. So happy birthday, Nikki. Want both of you to have the best day ever. And just love working for SBCA. Hopefully it's the best it can be. But beyond that, I wanted to talk a little bit about our advocacy committee. It has gotten very popular all of a sudden. I can't imagine why. Well, actually, I'm going to talk about why. And obviously, there's a lot of things going on that impact our industry, the broader construction industry, one of which is tariffs and getting feedback, collecting feedback, and trying to figure out exactly what we want to do as an association to kind of have a voice, have a unified voice. So really, in the process of collecting that feedback. So if you've got a story, if you've got a point you want to get across, definitely reach out to our team. Obviously, myself, Christine, Sean are all great people to talk to about those things, specifically to tariffs. Again, I think generally it'd just be nice to have a little bit of certainty, understanding where things are going. It seems like it's on, it's off, it's on, left, right, what's going on, that sort of stuff. But, so tariffs obviously are front of mind for a lot of folks, same as immigration, which that's one where I want to hear stories of how it's impacting not component manufacturers necessarily, but the broader construction industry. Like what is going on with job sites? I'm hearing stories, and I just, as much as I can get to validate some of those stories or just what's going on in your neighborhood, your area, hearing things from Florida to Washington, everywhere in between. But it is one to help have some of those things. Like it seems as though it's really disrupting the supply chain, meaning that I'm hearing stories of entire jobs being shut down because of it, or subdivisions for housing that, a lot of the labor is just, getting up and leaving type situation. So any of those stories you can share, the anecdotal will help us frame our message and what we want to talk about when we go to DC for our legislative session in the OQM. But beyond that, I guess that's probably a great segue into plugging the DC OQM. It is one of those that registration's open. We're going to have a lot of activities, a lot of fun, a lot of people to talk to. So networking availability, as well as having some speakers in that we might not normally have. But it is one that we will have the legislative fly-in type situation to where if you want to go and be heard on Capitol Hill, even if it's with the staffer or something, we're going to develop those talking points. We're going to have some things to, really focus on, whether it might be some proposed legislation that benefits the use of components or anything in between. But it is one that the stories really resonate with those folks because they don't understand our industry nearly as well as we do. So if we can make it relatable, it's very helpful. So that's where we need that information. But really, that DC OQM, hopefully it's popular. I hope you guys want to come out and, really embrace SBCA, because we are trying to bring a unified voice for our industry and let you know that you do have an option to do so. Now, we might not be the loudest voice or the biggest voice, but that doesn't mean we can't have the good ideas or even the great ideas that somebody else picks up and runs with. I would much rather the right thing be done by our industry, even if it's somebody else that takes credit for it, than to not have those things happen. And that happens via participation by folks like you, our component manufacturers, our supplier members, our NFC members. We need as many people as we can get there to try to continue that message on those individual meetings as well as a group. It's nice to have numbers when we go into those things. So anything that you're thinking about, whether or not there's an OQM, there's a couple things here to think about. This DC one in June, the next OQM specific is going to be in December. So a long time between then. The next opportunity after this one is going to be BCMC, which seems weird to think about. But it is one that this is an opportunity for engagement. This is one where you might have to make an investment, come attend, and help us move the industry in the right way within all the different things that are happening to the construction industry as a whole. So really the participation, ask of you of that, and hopefully you're able to do so. We are definitely going to be trying to do something and get the point across and trying to raise awareness within those elected officials and everybody in DC, as far as all of the other agencies and whatnot, on what really is going to help drive construction forward. I don't think anybody wants more unaffordable housing. I think we need to drive the affordability aspect of it, and that happens via supply. And if we disrupt that supply chain, like we saw a few years ago with COVID, it can be, very harmful to the housing industry. So we want to make sure we carry that forward. Beyond that, other things that we got going on next week, the Operation Finally Home has a dedication, and I think it's the Langtree Community Center just north of Houston. So I'm going to be attending that, as well as a few people from our foundation. Hope we get some TMAT members out there. But really, it's one of those facilities that Jack Dermer did a lot of the heavy lifting on that, figuratively and literally. Him, TMAT, the foundation as well. So it's always nice to see the Operation Finally Home people. They do such a great job. And this one, I believe, is kind of a community center for a tiny home community. So really trying to address a lot of those homeless situations within the veteran community. So I'm anxious to learn more about it. I'll report more back next week, but anxious to see those folks. If you're in that area or you want to attend, say you're in Texas anywhere and you want to get to Houston, Tuesday, reach out to our staff. We would love to see you there. But talking about the foundation, we also have a philanthropy outreach coordinator position open for that. It's a half-time position. We're really wanting somebody to be focused on the foundation and to really carry their mission forward and to help organize the trustees. And, it's a little herding cats. They're very unique individuals. They all have very strong opinions, which I absolutely love. But this person, it's going to take a unique individual. Looking forward to hiring that. So if you are interested, it's on the SBCA website. And if you'd like to apply, we're definitely taking resumes and evaluating candidates right now, but wanted to throw that out there that we're available. That is available. But, beyond that, I went a little long, which I don't know, maybe that's just the new normal for what it is. But 3 things, if I could leave you with: register for that OQM, new BCSI is out, and then innovation grant, which I didn't get to talk about, that is now open. I'll make sure I talk about that here in the next couple of weeks. But if you've got anything that's even remotely innovative or you think would be relevant to our industry, talk to Abby, get us submitted. We've already had a couple submissions, which I'm anxious to learn more about, but it is one of those that we want to drive innovation in this industry and make things a little bit better, even if it's incremental. So with that, peaks up, press on, and we will talk to you all next week.